I don't consider women humans. Am I in the wrong here? Well, let's see what people are saying to that non-baity question. I mean, is that really asking for advice here? I tried quitting drinking and people started complaining that I was being too quiet all of a sudden. Should I just stick with it in moderation? It's a difficult problem as well. Okay, guys, self-diagnosing. I think he just should be going to get a normal diagnosis. I love scars. What activities can give you scars? Interesting problem to have. Moved in with asexual girlfriend, rip. I did not think she was asexual first. She gets really sexual when she's drunk and takes the initiative? What? Maybe she's just not comfortable, like, moving forward with this guy. Am I actually missing out by not having kids? It just depends on the person. Oh shit, sorry for this guy. How to break up? Well, it's like ripping off a band-aid, I guess. Be alone? I'm so lonely. Go to other people. I hate it here. I want to be alone again. It's introversion and like comfort zones for you, I guess. Guys, this episode is not going to be very nice. I mean, very positive. The advice board, you really go there to feel bad for other people, I guess, or to laugh at them if that's what you are like. What's the most effective way to stop suicidal thoughts? Probably like finding some sort of task that you can continuously repeat and think about constantly. For me, it was writing books, because then you have like a huge thing to occupy your mind and structure it. For you, it might be something else, you know, studying, gaming, anything. I hit the rock bottom. I'm 20. I'm addicted to porn and games. Could be worse now, dude. I had no motivation. Well, oh, ew. What the fuck is this picture? No, thank you. How do you enjoy yourself when the society is collapsing? You're looking way too far out when you're most likely stuck in your room. Society doesn't have to impact your room all that much. It's better to have sex with hundreds of women or have sex with only one woman. Depends on whether you prefer to have casual or intimate relationships. Constant eye strain. My vision gets blurry. Yeah, I'm like 28. I was worried about this happening, but so far it's not happening. I can still enjoy looking at my monitor for long swatches of time. In love, but no idea what to do. 20 virgin, but not ugly or autistic. Well, then, I mean, if he has no idea what to do, but he's not autistic, I don't know. I feel like you would have more plans than none. And you would be like unsure which one to pick from if you were somewhat socially savvy. It's cringe when an art form tries to copy another art form. I don't think so. I think it's very interesting to try to reproduce an effect of one art in another. Like when video games try to be more story heavy, which used to be the domain of the novel. Is that cringe for video games to have stories? Is it cringe for novels to have characters and plot events, which used to be the domain of drama? I don't know. Is this a valid reason not to want a relationship? Time-consuming job, no hobbies, wanking or smoking, live far from the city, probably depressed and shit. I mean, you probably do want a relationship, but you just realize that it's not viable with the current lifestyle, right? So it's not like you don't want it, you just understand that if you have no time, nothing to do, and you're a downer, then how are you supposed to get a relationship? Try to learn something, fail, ask for advice. Advice is practice. Just do basic, easy practice. Fuck you. How do I get rid of this? I mean, you've stumbled into the harsh reality of getting better at anything. Even like just video recording stuff. This is my second video. I recorded the first one just before this, and I feel already quite a bit more relaxed and comfortable just having done it a single time. And if I do this like 100 times, then I'm sure I'll get way better. But obviously anybody would like to start from that spot, right? You just want to skip through all of the hours and hours of grinding and having no results at all. But you can't. The people who get there are either incredibly lucky from some trend, or they put in the work required, the time required. What you should do, rather than like look for an alternative way to get around this, you should probably find ways to ease through the process of simple practice, and to also convince yourself to do it. So you can like frame shift. Sorry for bumping the mic. You can shift your frame from looking for a different solution to making this solution that works easier to execute. X dumped me suddenly, no warning signs. Not sure what happened. I feel like you might have missed a lot of warning signs, possibly, but obviously maybe you're right, I don't know. I hate being black. I wish I was white. Come on, man. Broke, can get a job. Damn. Sounds rough. Yeah, guys, the point of this browsing advice board is not really to give great advice. It's just to interact with people's problems and ideas, and, you know, to think about them, I suppose. Is it okay to make a video like this? Just a video about thinking and seeing how we feel about difficult problems? My life is a nightmare. How to turn it into a dream? A lot of difficult questions here. It feels like I'm being asked like one difficult question after the next in these. I mean, it's like people distilling their unsolvable problems into little snippets, right? So you keep browsing and you keep seeing these unsolvable, super difficult problems. Okay, that's an interesting picture. We should have a look at that one. My life feels like a prison sentence. No agency growing up, no guidance from my parents. Yeah. Am I afraid of losing my girlfriend? It's a probably normal thing to be afraid of. If you have something valuable, you are dreading what it would be like to lose it. I'm gonna get a sugar mama. If you know, find out, let me know. 90% of this board is a result of fornication or wanting to fornicate. If you just wait until marriage, you'll be much more successful. People don't want to do that. People want to be in the age where they can engage in these urges and impressions freely. There's a lot of freedom and comfort in a lot of domains, but this one super fundamental human need is restricted by the freedom of other people, right? Because it requires consent. So it's like this last unsolvable problem because you cannot infringe on this. So you are, when everything else is provided to you, you're denied this one last fundamental need. This and the need for meaning, I suppose. This is also missing for a lot of people. Feel in love with girl, jerk off, feel nothing. I mean, you're just flooded with chemicals in your body. Just have to realize that what's in your body changes how you feel for a short time. But if you clearly say you feel in love, then most of the time it means you are on the right track, right? Okay, I'm gonna skip these because we don't see the pictures. Making friends as you age. Does it get hard to make friends and meaningful relationships as you get older? I think there's just fewer places to be around people who are similar to you. People really diverge as they get older, and they no longer have the time to explore their interests. So their area of expertise becomes tied to their job, and so unless you're doing the same job, you will not have a lot in common with these people. And also they will be occupied by their families as well. So it becomes very difficult to stay around the same people and to also have the same interests. Ew, that's disgusting. Should I tell my psychologist the truth? Yeah, probably. How to find out if I'm attractive or unattractive? Probably ask yourself honestly how confident you come across to other people. Because confidence seems to be the number one attractiveness characteristic. And the second one is hygiene. So you can fairly objectively evaluate that within yourself, these two dimensions. Obviously, if you're like deformed or super short, but even then you can really overcome that with confidence, except maybe for like some horrible deformations. But obviously we're talking about super low percentages here. Why does society judge jobless people so harshly? Because it's like a social contract to be part of it, right? You're not contributing as much. Like, I'm an artist, and I can tell that people do not really see art as valuable at all. It's like, you know, it doesn't do anything tangible, so there's no real point to it, as opposed to a manual job where you can observe the building being erected. So obviously, if you can look at someone who's super uneducated, but they're pouring out the concrete and arranging the tiles and creating a building, as opposed to someone who had spent a long time creating something, and all they have to show for it is like a couple of stacks of papers, right? Then, like, there's a book manuscript that I wrote. You know, each page is filled with text. You can see it. But what did it, you know, what value is there to it? Compare it to a building. I mean, this book is not published. If I die, it'll never be seen by anybody. You know, if you go and install a toilet in a room, then you've already got a tangible, useful thing. That doesn't mean that I don't think art has any use for it. I obviously have thought about this, but it makes sense that people would kind of smirk at art. Makes sense. Oh, this guy. Good evening. I'm about 3 months away from becoming a medical first responder. I've been struggling with mental health issues. He wakes up with motivation and it deteriorates. I hear that EMTs are in one of the most difficult, mentally challenging jobs there are. Because you're going to be around people literally suffering and dying all the time. It's going to be really rough. Yeah. But it can also be fulfilling, at least from what I've seen, to help those who are, in the worst places in their life. But this will be extremely difficult for the Anon, I'm sure. Like, endless respect to the medical first responders, to nurses and stuff like that. Why do I have shortness of breath? Sounds like anxiety symptom. Worried about getting accused of sexual harassment. Yeah, you gotta not flirt with people, I guess, when you're at work. You hate trans people. Read a story. There's one scene where a male character is referred to as she. I confront her about this. It's just a typo. Yeah. Is that a huge problem, really, to be like having with people, so that you need to ask for advice? I mean, just people writing what they care about, or maybe it's just a typo. How do you make friends? Lonely. All Zoomers have social media. Yeah, I think you just have to spend time around other people, first of all, and be in a place where the same people are every some chunk of time. That could be a Discord server that you all share. It could be a Facebook group if you really are a super boomer. It could be social media like the Zoomers do. But it could be also work, school, or some other place. Yeah, but these places are, fading away. Like, the needs will not go to a bar, and like, how likely are you to meet like a gamer girl at a bar? And like going to something like a anime convention, gaming convention is like a once a year thing, right? It's not going to be the same people every time. But you can probably look for some sort of hangouts that are centered around a shared interest. Like for me, when I was in college, there was a Facebook group about like Nintendo games. I was not really a big Nintendo gamer. I bought a 3DS from a friend and I had like a couple games on it, but I would go to that hangout, and there were girls there and there were people that we became kind of acquaintances with. Eventually I stopped going, but I could tell that if I wanted to get closer to these people and just hang out, they were totally open to it. You can look for such events and opportunities. I cannot guarantee that they will exist, but you can look. Okay, let's go through these. And we start with a doozy to wake us up out of this, out of our depressed mood here. Hello, human resources. When he has a super Nazi flag. She's got what, the LGBT flag on it? And that's, was it Hamas, I guess? Oh, you're sweet. Is this guy just posting a meme? Have ideas? I'm aligned with the Tates. Okay. Okay. I want to spread the message to normies. Ooh, that's gonna go well for you. I can't quit my day job or become unemployable because of it. Yeah, so see, that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of putting out an edgy sort of video, even though I'm not being super edgy, but I'm just by me interacting with edgy ideas, I'm already putting myself at risk here. But I guess I'll just start out without doxing myself and see what the response is, and if I get like massive hate for this, then probably I'll try not to dox. If it doesn't really go well, if I get like tons of hate because I'm not going hard enough on these ideas, then I'll probably take them down. But yeah, it's you have to be careful. Like if you're really super edgy and you have a job, then you will never be able to connect your job with your content. Like if you're a super communist or super Nazi, then it's a huge no-no probably for any company. Yeah, based chatter. Okay, let's move on. I love this cat picture, by the way. Trying to learn something, fail. Yeah, so how do I get rid of this? So I've already had my take on this, but let's see what other people say. Just make your existence everyone's problem until someone gets so annoyed by you that they help you out of pure spite. Probably not gonna happen. Hear about something I acknowledge is superior to me. Stop improving. What? There'll always be someone better than you. Doesn't mean you cannot improve at something. Like, I'm gonna improve at making these videos, but there will always be someone way better than me at making videos. But my content can still be enjoyable to like a handful of people. Just a special handful probably. But like, if like, I don't know, 1,000 people watch it, maybe one of them will find the videos comfy, but that might be all that needs to happen, right? It's the same thing with any other skill. Like, people's bars for entry are different. If you want to increase the amount, like to fit into a niche, you have to increase the views on your videos, not always the quality. Like, out of 1 million people watching some video, a way greater amount will resonate, right? Than if you only 20 people see it. Right, the cat biting his own tail is extremely cute. I'm gonna save that. Let's see. Solid, wholesome meme. I tried quitting drinking and people started complaining. Should I just stick with moderation? No, but you'll be miserable either way. This is probably true. Well, no, okay, if you're like seriously super addicted, then moderation will be very difficult. If you were not addicted, then moderation will help you considerably, right? Because if you're weak at something, then obviously using something like alcohol to help you get over the gap will just be the viable strategy. But if you're prone to falling into something darker, if you really suffer because of your addiction and moderation is like painfully difficult, then obviously it's not the solution. Yeah, it helps get along with others because it like lowers the bar for self-judgment. Probably. Ooh, the super dubs, the pentas. Look at that. Oof. All interactions done in front of a bottle are pointless and waste of time. Probably not. Depends how people tag as a degenerate loser for drinking while they will do the same shit. No. It depends how close you are to these people. If they're friends and they understand you, then it will not matter. But if you are around like super normies or like co-workers, acquaintances, and you start knocking drinks, obviously they will judge you. But if you do that with closer friends, you're totally fine. Everyone who drinks must be mentally ill, degenerate like me. Nice projection. It's not helpful. We don't sign our posts here. Okay. Okay. Became anyone who sits and home playing video games and drinking is a loser. That's some helpful advice. Let's see an even more helpful thread here, I'm sure. I don't consider women humans. Am I in the wrong here? Is our thesis statement. If you consider men above average, you are that. Well, no group that's this big will be above average. Every huge group will be average. You consider men human and not woman. That is in fact a superior thing. Just because I don't see them as the same species doesn't mean I value them less. Okay? They don't have as much free will. I mean, men are subject to emotion and like impression just the same. It just manifests in different ways. There's not much funny stuff here going on. You are valid. No. Poster child for autistic incel. Yeah, not a super productive thread. I was hoping for better memes. The women general is a huge one. We can postpone this. Okay, I'm 30 and a girl's flirting with me for the first time. Let's see how this guy lucked into it. 22-year-old and he's 30. Okay, how's that possible even? Finds excuses to talk to him. Nice. Joke that you should take her out. That's a huge hint. Yeah, that is flirting. For sure. How the fuck do I flirt banter with her? He's super tall. Yeah, if you make her like comfy to chill with you, and she's like dropping hints, then absolutely, you should try to take her out. Invite her out on something that you will enjoy, and that she might find interesting. It's so new to me, I can hardly believe it. Yeah, when it happened to me when I was new to that, I was also really shocked. But like, if the hints are this obvious, then yeah, you have to take the hint here. And yeah, I wish this guy luck. I hope he doesn't like try to do anything weird. Just should be chill with her and continue to talk and enjoy whatever they're doing. I'm sure if he just, it's like low elo chess. You just have to not make giant mistakes and tank your game, and you'll be totally fine. But a lot of people make these fuck ups. Even I did. I should say even. I also did. What's the worst that could happen? Well, some bad things could happen. You could lose the only girl that's ever showed interest in you. That's a pretty bad thing to lose. Just take her out on a date. Like, yeah, you could go to a park, I don't know, restaurant, kind of lame, but just any place where you can talk and enjoy each other's presence. Like, that's the thing. If she finds excuses to talk to you at work, then it's about the presence that you have. Like, you don't have to do something super entertaining. You can just offer your presence. Just hang out and spend time together in a comfy way. For a lot of people who are starved of contact, this will be more than enough. Especially if like men around her will try to make like crazy moves and try too hard. Autistic, not bad looking. You can only pick one. It's kind of true, unfortunately. Like, if you're super shy and like afraid and stuff like that, then you will come across unattractive. You can kind of spin the introversion and shyness into like comfortable sort of quietness. I don't know, Keanu Reeves. He's also kind of gloomy, kind of quiet, but he seems positive and comforting and comfortable. But you cannot be just like super afraid and like keep asking for reinforcement, needy and stuff like that. Will shut you down with most women. I looked up how to banter with girls on YouTube. You're in no state to be dating. I mean, that may be true, but also if you have an opportunity, then you have to take it. So you will. He's probably doing the right thing and trying to research the topic, right? Women almost never make the first move. Not true. But I think you have to become friends first, and then if you're compatible sexually, they will make the first move. But you will also have to like wait, keep an eye out for subtle hints. The first move will not be "fuck me right now." It's not a visual novel. It's gonna be more like something, yeah, we could go out sometime. Why don't you take me out yet? Or something like that. Even that is like super overt. So you have to be on the lookout for even lesser hints than that. She's too young for you, groomer. She is like 8-year gap it's a pretty huge gap, yeah. It's like on the edge. This guy's arguing the opposite. It's on the edge. It depends how you two look. Fuck off, femboy. She's prime pussy and millennials get served first. Always an interesting opinion in the comments. She probably likes the fact that you don't flirt back. Don't overthink this, she's just being nice. Maybe, but some people just kind of want to get into these relationships with somebody they feel good around. I mean, it's just people are different. Okay. Don't chase women, focus on yourself, they'll chase you. Ah, yes, this super old man says, okay, now all that's left to do is wait for the developmental social milestones that were supposed to happen in my youth to happen now. He's got the ripped body, got the Tesla, he's got the house, and he's fucking 17. Is that Junior from The Sopranos, but with a beard? And that's the thing. That's the trap, right? I guess you're supposed to be looking for girls while you're working on yourself and completing this journey alongside other people. It's not easy. No friends, live alone. Meetup groups. Ugly women, awkward men, thirsting over them. Yeah, work. No women except some developers who have husbands and families. Everyone has a fiancé. Yeah. Friends, after college we moved to different states. They'll stop talking to me. I come home to an empty house with nobody to talk to. Yeah. It happens to a lot of people, man. It does. It's the solution. It's not like there's a guarantee, right? You have to keep rolling the dice on these meetup groups. A lot of these will probably be like this one, but if you keep rolling the dice, you're increasing your chance to find one. It's not an easy solution, but you're just in a difficult spot and you have to do difficult things to get out of it. And you have to increase the difficulty as you keep failing. It's like a roguelike, I guess. I feel like I've been lied to by everybody so they could have another disposable eunuch male in their system. It's lonely and isolating and oppressive. I have a spare bedroom, 6 figures in the bank. Women treat me like I'm invisible. I don't know about that. I feel like you have the tools to start to look for connections. Like, you don't have a lot of backlog holding you back, right? You don't have family at the house. You don't have, like, you're not poor so that you have to be concerned about dates and who you're dating. Like, all of the backlog stuff is taken care of, so you don't have to be anxious about it. Now you can focus on rolling the dice, right? You should kill yourself. Probably not the correct advice here. Go to church? This is not honest advice. Lol. Lamau, even. I don't know. Hoflation. Okay. I don't know. I think there's also a lot of women who are not being able to find connection with men. It's just hard to get in the same place as them. So basically you're just mad you haven't found hotter women. Right, it seems like he has pretty high standards, but I mean, what's wrong with having standards as well? You just have to accept that the more you raise your standard, the higher the dice roll required to find it, right? You're ugly. Tough luck. Just fuck whores and live for yourself.